Hey YouTube, we are back with what I think is going to be the final episode of our Luthor Harkon campaign, playing Total Warhammer 2 modded with SFO Grimhammer. I think what we'll do here,
Make this quick.
we're going to start
I'm
moving
getting
Luthor
twitchy.
out and about. And we're going to go down south here because we know that this, I believe it's this pirate here, or no, it's this guy here, Baron von Heasty, is coming our way. This guy. He's coming for us now. So, something to look out for. So, let's see. Let's put this fleet back into the Galleon's graveyard. Is this a...
My pistols speak better than I.
Okay, so we'll want to get rid of one of you
I have sailed the world.
to get you in there.
Powder cook.
Really want that modification to all our missile units. Let's take a look and see if we have access to... No, we've used up all of our deck gunners. So this army will have to stay as is, which is perfectly fine
Undead raiders.
for the time being.
All bones on deck.
Next, we're gonna run you over here.
All bones on deck.
Leave him in the Pox Marsh. And
Admiral of the fleet.
let's move you down over here.
Blood and plunder. It is your decision.
Be ready. Research, we don't need any.
The ocean surrounds us all.
And I will go over here and turn. So yeah, I think we have reached kind of the stopping point with this episode with the Luthor campaign. The Luthor Harkon campaign, honestly. Like, we could go up against the Dark Elves and whatnot. But I feel a lot of our armies are pretty strong already. And we've pretty much accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish. I think all the other pirate lords have been destroyed or put in a spot where they can't really recover. In fact, I think they've all been destroyed. I'll have to watch the turn counter at some point and just a double check of curiosity. Just make sure that we have these. Yeah, they're all set to fast animations, so they should be pretty quick about their turns. That way I can still kind of keep an eye on them. Where is Geld going? He should be attacking that army instead of... he must be... His borders... His territory must be under siege. Elsewise, I doubt he would be not attacking. Looks like they separated a hero out from... A few heroes out from their armies. The old Chaos. The remnants of the forever ago Chaos invasion. That failed spectacularly. And eventually there'll be another much more massive Chaos invasion, but because that happens to the northeast, the factions that are over here, like me in the southwest, don't really have to worry about them too much. They tend to get destroyed by the Empire, by the Vampire Counts, some Skaven that's up there, all kinds of stuff just takes them out. Oh, there's our guy.
Any drowned corpses?
Raise a gunnery white, and then immediately disband him because he is level 1 and essentially useless to us.
As a crow flies.
Now we gotta move quick. 'Cause I didn't... Hang on, I can check where he's at. north, so he's probably going to come across this way. He won't go for that, he might go for these settlements, and that's where Luthor's going to catch him.
It shall be done. Attack!
Pyrrhic victory, huh? Mostly infantry. I don't see anything flying or anything that would give me super trouble. This guy, he's got a bunch of spells. He might have actually gotten a lot of combat buffs instead of spells, in all honesty, because he doesn't look, he's only got these 2 spells and they start with those spells in SFO. You get to kind of choose whether you go down the Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma or the Fireball, basically whether you go down Shadow or Fire with these guys, so that's kind of cool. As far as the Werekin, the Skin Wolf, this one might be a little bit more difficult just because he's relatively fast. He might be able to get around some stuff. This is also going to be a bit of a problem, the Chariot. The Mammoths are pretty slow, and I think they're going to be hit with the cannons, as well as the Norse controls. Shouldn't be much of an issue. Their infantry is going to super outnumber us, so they kind of have to, like, fall upon us in a certain way. Let's see, this mountain. Have the cannons kind of like paying attention to this swath of territory where the guns are kind of like spread out, with these guys to kind of catch what they can. This guy should be able to take out a lot of stuff as long as he doesn't get caught out by too many spears, otherwise he's pretty much set. He's got a pretty good ward, not that really good, not the greatest ward save, but a lot of physical resistance. So the physical resistance plus the ward save, 74% damage is not hitting him. That's really good. Then we have this for like clumps, the purple sun. We got for clumps. We've also got like the Kraken's pull and Van Geist's revenge. We should be pretty okay. We just got to be a bit careful with how we deploy some stuff. What we leave in the back. What we have shooting where we have defenses kind of lined up for us. And then obviously our angles of fire. Obviously if we set up, I think the best place would probably be like here. That's kind of leave this like the firing arc a little bit. So that covers us pretty well. And then we'll want to set up a similar-ish formation with the guns. We just got to remember where their firing lines can look. So like this guy's up on a hill, he can kind of look. Let's see. Can't really see till we get him to the crest. That's the thing. The guns kind of need to be on a crest of a hill. That's the other potential disadvantage of the cannons like that. Like they will not be able to see over that crest easy. Unless I set up like this. Oh, that's the thing, that hill. Let's see. If I go a bit more forward, I'd like to... The cannons should be my highest points, really.
Always true!
Because my cannons kind of have to be the ones that are...
From salt.
Yeah.
Aye!
Canary mob.
Bones and flesh!
Unless I force them into coming this way. Unless I set up like all the guns like that. Force them to come this way. But then I'm blocked by this mountainous... Like I'm blocked by the hill if I do that. If this wasn't here, then it would be a lot easier. I have to kind of plan around this hill.
Captain. Landslubber. From salt. Captain.
Gunnery mob!
Dickhands. Bones and flesh.
Let's see. Let's put you way out front. We can always shift him around.
Eager to kill.
You're gonna be out front.
Who's next? Get me close.
You're gonna be out front.
Gunnery wide!
You're gonna be in the back buffing all these guns. Let me see how this works out. Whew, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, let's start focusing some fire. Where are you? Yeah, let's focus the champions. In theory, they're probably going to get the shadow magic cast on them. In theory, they should snake. Those Norscan warhounds might be problematic. Whoop. Let's get you to move forward, you to move forward, you to get up in front, you to get kind of over here, you to walk kind of over there, you to walk back a bit, you're still invisible, you kind of hang out over there,
ship's crew. Blood and salt. Gunnery mob. All aboard.
Oh, just make sure these guys aren't gonna rout, and make sure these cannons aren't gonna be chasing stuff unnecessarily. Let's see, where do we have most of the spears? Let's go you after the Marauder Great Weapons over there. So you can hit that Feral Mammoth.
Fleet Admiral! Gunnery mob! Yarr! Blood and salt!
Oof. They're sending something explosive over there. Make sure they're all hitting targets that are worthy of the name. Okay. Let's have you turn and start shooting at those spearmen. You start shooting at those spearmen. You start moving forward. You get over here, I've got a bad feeling.
Midnight Raider!
Okay. Yeah, that'll probably chew through some of my guys, but that's alright. Sometimes you gotta do it. We will use the Van Geist Revenge over here just as soon as the Purple Sun finishes casting.
Fleet Captain!
Get the animated hulks over there. Make sure that we got a cannon focusing over there. Okay, those are a lot of angry Norse. Those are going, those are going. Shit, there's nothing really to stop them. You'll crawl, but you'll crawl slow. Let's see, what do we got to help? What do we got to help? We gotta help a little bit.
Gunnery mob!
Okay, we're not doing so bad. Let's refocus those shots. Let's have you focus on the trolls. You're okay there, you're okay. Let's move you to the... so you can get some shots in over there.
Bones and flesh. Take my sword! Charge!
Get me sooner.
Soon. Go.
Oh, dang. Okay, that's not gonna work. Regroup. Sending you after. Let's hit something with this. Which one of these are champions? Let's hit the champions. See if you can hit those dogs over there. You're doing fine. That's the thing, is that these guys are perfectly positioned in such a way that I can't possibly hit them.
Overboard! With haste!
And those guys are not doing well. Okay, I gotta get closer. Let's get you into melee, and then we'll help out. You're doing okay. You're doing okay for the most part. Let's see if we can't catch a bunch of these units in some death magic.
We serve! Gunnery mob! Getter!
Should be getting close to a mass rout, I hope.
Gunnery white. Blood lover. Blood and soul.
Hit those trolls, hit those trolls. Who are you struggling with? Oh, you know what? Get rid of that mammoth.
Sea bread.
See if you guys can't turn and face that.
Gunnery mob! We serve. Orders! Giant!
Nice. That wipes them out pretty good. Might be a mass rout. Yeah, that is the mass rout. Okay. We managed to block everything we could with everything we could. We lost some regular old zombies, but then that was expected. Killed a lot of our own guys. Well, some of our own guys with that first purple sun, but again, they're the expendables. We don't want to lose our guns. We don't want to lose our cannons. This one unit over here didn't do so hot, but then it was thrown against so much that it holding out as long as it did is actually pretty great. I'm pretty happy with that. And now, what the plan should
Blood
be,
and
methinks, is to sack it to revive.
Sack it!
And then let's see if we can actually just go straight into raid
Another
stance.
victory!
Revive what we need to keep functioning. Let's see, for you, let's lower melee defense. That's always a good thing. It's going gun sight because that's always good.
Loyalty is
Range
precious
and
as
damage. With you, Scarred Veteran. We're going to work our way to Hornswoggle if we can get there this episode. If not, then they will be what they are. Let's work our
Off
way, because I think
deck!
it's over here
Move!
by the lava flow.
Declined. Await the next wind. Bombs on deck. I can and will.
All bones on deck.
Okay. What do we got going here? Those. Couple of those. Morngulls couldn't go amiss. Let's get ourselves a gunnery white.
Gunnery white.
Can't go wrong with cunning.
Obey your quartermaster. Gunnery white.
He'll go into that army. He'll be able to buff our artillery monsters and our artillery cannons. Then we'll have these guys for missile infantry, these guys for missile infantry, a couple monsters, throw in a gunnery white to buff all of our guns, and we are golden.
Fleet captain reporting.
You can hang out there, honestly. Imminent rebellion. Ah, Skeggy. Yes, there is going to be a rebellion. Over here at Hexawaddle. Which, you know, just
Master.
boo, but not gonna do anything about it. Like, they can rebel. Go, you know, do what you feel. Hexawaddle is pretty strong, so it should be able to defend against a chaos invasion without too much difficulty. We just want to make sure we don't get caught out by accident by the one guy that we actually want to take out to get our superpower, as it were. I'll show the technology that I'm talking about here as soon as the turn clicks over. We'll speed it up here because we're not super worried much about we've made whatever pieces we can. Oh, I was worried there for a second that it crashed. Cannot wait to play Kislev. I'm really looking forward to Kislev in Warhammer 3. I think that's where... Oh, yeah, there they are. Oh, okay, so they're going for that most weakly defended of settlements. That's fine. Oh, it's actually not as defended as I thought it would be.
Hoist sails!
I'm surprised, Hexawaddle. Oh. I guess it's because it's not mine. It doesn't automatically get garrisoned with all the
Admiral of
all
the
the
fleet.
wonderful things that it could be.
It shall be done. It's time to tame the cattle. Make yourselves at home. Vampire of the waves.
I'll get back over there momentarily.
Luthor Harkon.
Back to your ranks.
Choose your words carefully.
No, I don't have military access, and I don't want to piss off Malekith because he is a beast.
This smells fishy. No. No!
No. What is this?
Navigating.
What is this? No.
Rambling fool. Plotting a course.
Just doesn't want to get into Vol's Anvil.
friends, fall in. Plain sailing.
Let's go with aggressive.
Fair wind.
So the technology I'm talking about is this one right here, Aminar's Resurrection. We're gonna need a lot of cash. That is right. We need cash. Cash, cash, cash.
What is your demand? Gunnery wide stockpile.
Okay.
Admiral of the fleet.
If that is the case, and we are gonna need some cash,
Get shambling.
then we better
I
get
have
to
sailed
sailing
the world.
and generate some
Duel
money.
to the death. Time to move.
Get all these 3 armies and get over here and start raiding some stuff. Probably go up south, or north, Jesus. Go up north.
Speak.
Let's see, you're making hardly any money. Our guy over here, our lady's moving her way over to the volcano so she can get a bunch of treasure that'll boost the economy right there. I mean, in all honesty, with Clan Pestilence this far away, I could very easily devastate. I could very easily just go and start raiding Clan Pestilence to the south of my main territory in Lustria and make a bunch of money that way, but that would immediately label me as like, that's the guy we want to attack. He's a prick, burn him up, like burn him to bits. And that is not what I want. Furthest thing from it, in fact, I do not want. I don't want the whole world pissed at me just yet. That ends super poorly for me specifically. So I'd much rather not declare war on them. Maybe come over here and start burning a whole bunch of stuff that belongs to these folks. A lot of coastal raiding.
My skills increase.
Oh, that was a good chunk of change. Ooh, FPS tanked.
Armed and ready. En route.
Let's have you move over here.
Thin out the cattle.
Really, my treasure hunt failed. Let's see. Dragon stirs. Maybe I'm going to be more over here. Trying to see if there's anything that looks like a dragon.
I hunger for blood.
So I'll do that. That'll net us some cash.
Best.
Let's check where our friend is.
Undead pirates! Get moving. A deathly surprise.
Yes?
My pistols speak On! Let us raid.
Corsair of the night.
We gotta keep moving.
What is your demand? 3 sheets to the wind. The crew are restless. The galleon awaits.
Another one?
Reckoning of the dead. Wave treading.
Alright, again the trade ambusher with Luthor. Now we're just hoping that he crosses the bridge and or the land bridge over here, and hope he crosses the land bridge over here so that I can potentially ambush him, wipe him out real easy, and get access to the last shanty verse. I wonder if I could take out Lothar. This right here is like half sort of the dream with Luthor, sort of the dream with Malekith on the Malekith campaign, which I will be continuing just as soon as I'm. Oh, there it is. Ambush failed. Looks like it's a vampire/vampire coast army. So there's flying critters, lots of monsters. Death magic. He's got the 3rd verse. How dare he? Well, guess what I've got? Angry maniacs that are going to shoot the crap out of you. Okay, so let's go ahead and fight this fight. It says decisive, and I would be able to wipe him out real easy, but I love a good skirmish. Let's see. Not really. Like, this is a bit of a hill. But I don't think that's overly important. Let's see. It's a sandbar, so it's pretty flat. So this should be pretty good for my cannons. So Queen Bess is probably going to be aiming for the Grave Guard and the Depth Guard eventually.
Instructions! Enemies, quail! Order, fleet master!
That should do it. I mean, let's say I could put him maybe a little bit closer that way, but then I don't think. Yeah, then he wouldn't really be able to hit. Move these cannons a touch. Move this guy a touch.
Above deck.
Move this guy in a touch. That guy in a touch.
Gunnery wide.
Okay. I'm okay with the 4 out of the 5 cannons getting some visibility. Morgul's off to the side. They might be able to catch out like the Crypt Horrors or the Maybe the Lord, in all honesty, that might be the best option because he's on foot. He's got the pole arm, that's the, I guess, the disadvantage there. Luthor's in the sky.
I'll drink soon.
Take out the Cryptors. Let's have you aim at Rotting Leviathan. Make sure you're going after the Grave Guard. Wait for you guys to get closer for the big guys.
Finding targets.
Luthor Harkon!
Make sure none of those go after junk.
With pleasure! We hear you!
Make sure his Winds of Magic regeneration's all screwed up.
No escape! I'll kill them!
Oh, that Gaze of Nagash just annihilated that guy.
Fleet captain! Pistols out!
I'm gonna slow a bunch of them down right there.
Master of the great ship!
Indeed!
They're having a bad time. Let me tell you, they are having a bad time.
Pistols loaded! Yes!
The Pirate King! Hit them!
let's just let's have these guys stop their fire. Let the melee finish the job. Because I was for sure hitting my own guys. With all of that concentrated fire, just like, hey, kill him! The guy, he's actually in behind me, and then blah, 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 blah. So not the wisest move, but it's the beauty of Vampire Coast. They're not the thinking kind. They're the murder that dude and his whole face kind. Alright, so that was rather high-level vampire army right there. Essentially, all decimated by Luthor.
Into the ranks they go.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to do anything against that.
Prey comes. Fight.
And we've got all the 3 sea shanties. Sea shanty verse gain. Shiver Me Timbers. We've secured one of the verses of the Lost Sea Shanty. And we've got a couple of our settlements razed to the ground because Chaos
Admiral of the fleet.
is a bit of a jerk.
There is treasure engraved.
Let's see,
Landfolk are weak.
At last, the deputy.
Wave treading. Admiral of the fleet. Navigating.
All bones on deck.
All bones on deck. Build the sails.
Luthor Harkon.
These hovels will do. I am the Pirate King.
Trigger the current.
Moving.
So we've unlocked this. All Shantyverses to unlock. I believe we've got all the... Yeah, that's all 3. So we've got the 3 Shantyverses up here. So now we just have to pay the toll there, and we should be able to access Aminar's Resurrection. So we'll hold off on buying stuff and paying for stuff until that's finished. Let's see. Who to begin raiding next? Because at the end of the day, that is the question, isn't it? Who does one raid? Who does one pillage? Who does one plunder from as the Vampire Coast? Assuming we even need to. Assuming I can find this one patch of buried treasure.
Captain, drown them.
Got it. Nice. Not enough. Not enough. 58,500. So I'm about 10,000 shy. Okay.
The sea brings death.
Abroad is all.
All bones on deck.
We should act now.
Orders. Fair wind.
I have sailed the world. Fight! Prepare boarding hooks. Setting sail. Heave ho.
No,
Ready.
you're a pretender.
Fair wind.
Rank 102 apparently. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is my last level up. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make it to Hornswoggle. That's unfortunate. Blade Shield it is.
I smell a defect.
Blunderbuss, increase the number of projectiles. And finally, Sharkbait. That's his max level. She's about max level.
Fleet captain, reporting.
I wonder if there's any treasure like... It's not overly far.
Just so. On land.
But we're gonna go over here and see if we can't keep an eye on them.
Stars speak better than I.
I'm gonna send you down south.
Water.
The sea brings death.
Do. Let's go there. And deception. So close to Aminar's resurrection.
Admiral of the fleet.
Taunt.
The crew are restless. All of aboard. Deckhands, forward! Plunder plenty.
Gotta make money somehow. Is how I'm justifying that.
Undead pirates! Got a mark!
Gotta make money somehow. The quicker we can get up to that Aminar's resurrection, the better. Oh, how much would it suck if there was another bug? I'd be so upset if there was another bug. That prevented me from being able to use that. Upset and sad. At that point, it is what it is. We tried, we hoped, we dreamed.
The lust is upon me. Let's fight!
Alright, there it is. Regiment of Renowned Deck Droppers. The Salt Lord Scholars. And let's get Aminar's resurrection going.
Known for it.
It'll take a turn,
The galleon awaits.
but it'll be worth it to have Aminar able to be used.
All set.
Blood and plunder. Sails up.
Let us raid. Yes, at once.
There is little honor amongst vampires.
Alright, last little bit for this lord.
King of the Vampire Coast.
Where to? Is it time?
By Sigma.
All bones on deck! On decks! Never! Harness the sea! Swashbuckler! Get going, scum!
Looks like the dwarfs are going after Skaven Blight.
What? At the captain's pleasure.
Armed! On my way.
Okay, we're getting Aminar's Wrath next turn. I'll unleash it on some Dark Elves, and then I think that will be the end of this episode. Just as soon as I unleash Aminar on the Dark Elves, they will not be prepared for that devastation. But then who could be? The Merworm is just too much. Too much.
Avast and draw your blades.
Take it. It does not matter. Technology researched. Aminar's resurrection. The Merworm has been slain by the empowered Star Metal Harpoon, and now the beast has resurrected and enthralled to your lord. Boom. So let's go to Luthor Harkon and finish off the campaign by suicidally declaring war on Marathi, which then also declares war on Malekith and Wulfric the Wanderer and this random Norscan tribe. So it's all it's all for ruin now. We care little about the faction survival at this point because we are yeah, we're not coming back from this one. This is doom. This is ruin. Okay. So let's get this going. I have to wait 300 seconds for Aminar's Wrath? That'll never happen. Spawns 10 vortices, each dealing 8 damage, 8 armor piercing damage per second. Explosion does not affect friendly troops. Wow. There's no way that this army is going to survive 10 seconds, or 300 seconds. Unless I basically tell everything to stop firing. Well, let's see what we can manage here. The trees are going to be in their favor.
powder wet!
Distractions! They shall fall! Pirates of the undead!
Their time is up!
Who's next?
Gunnery White.
The Pirate King! Covering ground! I'm going! Maneuvering! Into position! I can! This way! Do it! Hurry! With pleasure! I see it! With haste! Quickly now! Time to die!
Order, fleet master!
Yeah!
Captain!
Yes, we shall! I'll allow it!
And I'm fairly certain that this timer stops as soon as I've... No, it doesn't, but... Oh, I was hoping I'd be able to see this guy in action, but... I don't think there's a fight that I could fight where that would be the... Oh, maybe a siege battle. Maybe a siege battle will last 300 seconds. I believe we can let this episode go a bit long just to illustrate the point, or to not to illustrate the point, rather to explore the technology that we got. Yeah, what is that? 360 seconds. It's like 5 minutes, I think, that I'd have to wait.
It was never in doubt. Smash and grab.
Luthor Harkon.
Oh, useful.
It is time.
Almost like I planned it without planning it. Okay. We'll have ourselves a quick siege of Tor Anarok.
tell you. I'm here!
Gunnery wide.
I'll drink soon.
Ready to murder!
Take out that, take out that. Get rid of those towers. What are we still in range of? Oh, that must have been like the last couple of shots from that tower.
We serve. Drown them.
Seize of slaughter!
Please, Captain!
Just go ahead and fast forward so that we can get to that Aminar's Wrath point. Get out of here, you. Let's see, I just want these three. See if you can hit this guy without starting to march. Few more seconds and we should have Aminar's. We got 3 uses of Aminar's Wrath. Hopefully I can use it up here, otherwise it's kind of wasted. I could just use it on these Cold One Knights back here and see how badly it devastates them. Okay. It's pretty small. It says I can cast it up here, so let's see what happens when I cast it up here. you poor boogers. Oh, oh, wow, look at that. And then it moves out. Wow, they weren't kidding. This is absolutely devastating. Wow, look at that. It spreads out like crazy. So this would be really good to just be taking out massive amounts of units. It's still going. Wow. Alright, everybody, back to firing at will. Do what you feel.
Covering ground! Into position! We hear you! Have it! Finally! Yes! Hit them!
Yep.
Indeed!
Absolute devastation.
Luthor Harkon!
Man. So Aminar's revenge, or Aminar's wrath rather, that is a ridiculous vortex. So huge, absolutely devastating damage. That is pretty amazing to have as like your final reward for getting all the shanty verses. So in future wars, that would have been just incredibly, devastatingly useful. Especially if you've got an army composition like these, where it's like all long range, and then a few units just to tie things down here or there. Like even if you were just putting up your just a few zombies, right? And you distracted a bunch of their melee forces with your melee, with like a few units of yours. You sacrifice a couple units and just
We will seek bloody vengeance!
burn everything of theirs to the ground. Just thoroughly and completely could not destroy them hard. Like it's just absolutely ruinous. That is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
My beastars speak better than I.
So good on you to Venerus and the team. That was pretty cool. That was pretty really cool. Yeah. That's honestly where I think is a good place to leave it. We just started a war with the Dark Elves, but I don't think we're going to go much further. They're going to have a lot of troops against us here. They're going to be,
The goddess forbids it.
you know, rather ticked off at us, but we have the devastation of Aminar's resurrection. So I think it wouldn't be too much of a task to take over Lothar slowly and start working our way north to take over a lot of the Dark Elf territory. But I also think that I just personally am kind of done with this campaign, in all honesty. I think this is a good spot for me to leave off. We've united his mind, we've resurrected Aminar, we've gotten half of our legendary admirals, but we don't really need the others. I mean, they're more or less like any other pirate general for the most part.
Coast prevails.
Luthor Harkon.
Let's see, you got the harpoon launcher. We can build that, I suppose, real quick. And then I think we also wanted one more thing. It might have been this building chain, the Crow's Castle. But not necessary anymore. So yeah, so that is, I think, where I'm going to leave off this campaign. Maybe I'll revisit it, maybe not. It really depends. So, you know what? Let's just go into the black market one last time. Maybe sell some infamy. What do we get?
It was never in doubt.
Well, I could have got some sacking of settlements. But yeah, I think with that, let's just
to be reckoned with.
pull Harkon out of there. One last look at the Pirate King. Yeah, that is Harkon, and then
Keep up now.
that's the ship that he's in. I think this building on top of here is what we get after we get a sarcophagus, or maybe this guy right here. I'm not sure which. Honestly, I should have given it a better look before. But with that, I'd like to thank everybody for watching these episodes of our Luthor Harkon campaign, and keep an eye out for the continued Malekith campaign that I've got going. I've also got the playlists over there, so on the channel there, so go check those out. And we will see you all. The Vampire Coast prevails. We will see you all in another series, in another episode. Have a good one.